I shot my brother Ethan in the head on Christmas morning, the crack of the .38 echoing through the snow-dusted living room like God's own judgment. His body slumped against the twinkling tree, tinsel catching the blood spray in crimson flecks, while our mother screamed from the kitchen, her holiday ham forgotten on the counter. 10 years in Sing Sing for a crime he pinned on me. And this was the present I'd waited for, wrapped in forgiveness that tasted like revenge, courtesy of Grandpa's final fuck you to us all. It started with the letter from the warden 2 weeks before parole. Alexander Hale, it read, in that sterile font they used to pretend freedom's just paperwork. Your release is approved effective December 20th. Report to your family estate in Greenwich, Connecticut. Family estate. Like the Hales were still the kings of Wall Street, we pretended to be back when I was the golden boy, fresh out of Wharton, climbing the ladder at Hale Investments. Before Ethan, with his shark smile and silver tongue, decided I was the perfect scapegoat for his Ponzi scheme that tanked the firm and left 3 retirees dead from the stress-induced heart attacks their lawyers called foreseeable damages. I didn't kill anyone, but I confessed to it all. Sign the plea deal, because Ethan whispered in my ear during the arraignment, think of Mom, Alex. Think of the family name. I'll make it right. He made it right by marrying my fiancée, Sarah, in a quiet ceremony 6 months into my sentence. Sent me photos from the Hamptons, her in white lace, him toasting with vintage scotch. Merry Christmas, bro, the card said. I burned it in my cell, the flames dancing like the ones I'd light under his ass one day. Parole hearing was a joke. The bored lady with the bun tighter than her lips asked if I'd found God. I nodded, lied about Bible study, and thought of the shank I'd traded for in the yard, cold steel, etched with a prisoner's prayer. But I didn't meet it yet. Grandpa was dying, stage 4 pancreatic, the kind that eats you from the inside out like guilt. He summoned me via lawyer. Come home, son. Holidays are for family, as if blood washed clean with eggnog. The drive from Ossining to Greenwich was a blur of I-95 slush and radio carols mocking me with Silent Night. The estate loomed like a gothic fever dream, 3 stories of gray stone, icicles like daggers from the eaves, the iron gates creaking open on sensors that knew my face from better days. Mom was in the foyer, her Botox face cracking into what passed for a smile. Alex, my baby. She hugged me like I was still the kid who'd aced debate club, not the ex-con with property of New York State, tattoos fading under my sleeves. Ethan was there, of course, arm around Sarah's waist, her belly just starting to show. Brother, he said, clapping my shoulder too hard, eyes gleaming like he'd won the lottery. Good to have you back. Place hasn't been the same. Sarah avoided my gaze, twisting her diamond, my diamond, resized for her ring finger. The hypocrisy choked me, but I swallowed it.
Tasting rust.
Grandpa's room was upstairs, a hospice setup with beeping monitors and the stench of morphine. He was a skeleton in silk pajamas, the man who'd built Hale Investments from a bootleg whiskey run in '29 into a hedge fund beast worth 9 figures. Alex, he rasped, gripping my hand with bones like twigs. You look like hell.
Sit.
I did. And he shoved a velvet box at me, small, heavy, engraved with AH. For the one who paid. Inside, not cash, not stocks. Diamonds. Uncut.
Raw.
Glittering like frozen screams. A quick weight in my palm told me. Street value. Easy 92 mil. Your inheritance, he wheezed. Early. The rest of get trinkets. You get the truth. Truth? He'd buried it deeper than Jimmy Hoffa. But that night, as the family gathered for carols, Ethan's kids from his first affair, the one that started this mess, giggling over Coco, I slipped into his study. The safe clicked open with the old combination, my birth date. Inside, files. Yellowed ledgers. Emails. A DVD labeled Ethan's Folly. I popped it in the ancient player. Heart hammering. Grainy footage. Ethan. 2012. In the office after hours. Not just cooking books, laundering for the cartel. Colombians. The real deal. Funneling coke money through Hale bonds. One slip. And it imploded. Clients ruined. Suicides. FBI sniffing. Then me. Storming in on the tape. Yelling about irregularities. Ethan turns the camera off. But not before I hear him hiss. You'll take the fall, Alex. Or Dad finds out about Sarah. Grandpa knew. The old bastard knew all along. Let me rot to protect the empire. Why? I whispered to the empty room. Diamonds burning in my pocket. The answer came in a handwritten note taped under the desk, because blood betrays blood. Make it right. Or end it. Christmas Eve. The house swelled with aunts, uncles, cousins, Hale clan in cashmere and hypocrisy. Dinner was turkey and tension. Ethan holding court with tales of turning the firm around post-scandal. Sarah laughed at his jokes. Hand on her bump, our bump, if timelines lied straight. I nursed bourbon. Plotting. The gun was Mom's. A pearl-handled ladies' model from her empowered woman phase. Loaded it in the guest bath. Barrel cold against my ribs. Morning came with screams of joy. Paper ripping. Kids shrieking over iPads and ponies. Grandpa, wheeled in by a nurse, played Santa from his chair, doling out envelopes, bonds for Ethan, to build your legacy. Jewelry for Sarah, for the heir. Cash for Mom, pamper yourself, dear. Mine was last, the box. I opened it slow, letting them see the sparkle. Gasps rippled. $92 million? Ethan choked, face paling. What the, Dad? This is mine. The firm's future. Grandpa chuckled. A wet rattle. Yours was the fall. Son. Alex bore it. Now he rises. Ethan's eyes met mine. And I saw the flip, the calculation, the plea. Bro, we can split it. Family, right? I pulled the trigger before the wrapping hit the floor. The shot hung in the air like smoke from a bad cigar. Ethan's brains painting the stockings red while the kids froze mid-unwrap, their eyes wide as the ornaments shattering under his slump. Mom's scream pierced it all. My boys. Oh God. No. And Sarah clutched her belly, doubling over like the life inside her knew the devil we'd spawned. I stood there, gun smoking, diamonds spilling from the box onto the blood-slick rug, thinking, this is what forgiveness costs, everything. Chaos erupted. Uncle Ted, the ex-cop with a gut like a beer keg, lunged for me, but I sidestepped, barrel swinging his way. Back off. Ted. This ain't your beat. He froze. Hands up. The family scattering like roaches under kitchen light. Grandpa wheezed laughter from his chair. Attaboy. Alex. Knew you had the stones. The nurse hit 911 before I could stop her. Sirens wailing distant, but closing fast like fate's own hounds. Cops swarmed the estate in under 10. Greenwich PD with SWAT backup, because Hales don't do small time. I dropped the gun when they breached the foyer. hands high, the weight of Sing Sing's ghosts lifting for the first time in a decade. Self-defense, I muttered to the lead detective, a grizzled Irishman named O'Brien with eyes like chipped flint. He framed me. Evidence in the study. They cuff me loose. Parole violation. Sure. But the safe's contents bought me a cell with a view. O'Brien watched the DVD in the cruiser, his face hardening.
Jesus. Kid.
This'll stir shit. Stir shit? It was a hurricane. By noon, news choppers buzzed overhead. CNN ticker screaming. Billionaire scion slain in Christmas massacre. Paroled brother in custody. Social media ignited hail horror trending. Trolls calling me the Yuletide Avenger. MAGA uncles decrying deep state family plots. Blue-check liberals weeping for toxic masculinity's toll. Interrogation rooms smelled like stale coffee and regret. O'Brien slid photos across the table. Ethan's body. Sarah's ultrasound from the ambulance, she'd miscarried. They said stress. Trauma. The bullets echo. You see this?
Hale?
That's your niece or nephew.
Gone.
For what? Diamonds and daddy issues. I leaned in, voice steady. For 10 years stolen. For brother, who fucked my girl while I ate state slop. Grandpa's gift? It was the key to the safe he locked me in. They held me 48. Psych eval, painting me unstable. PTSD from the joint. Delusions of persecution. But the files leaked. Ethan's cartel ties? Buried deep. But a Fed contact, Grandpa's old poker buddy, whispered to the DA, Rico potential. Bigger fish. By New Year's, charges flipped from murder 1 to manslaughter. Bail set at $5 million. Mom posted it. Her face a mask of grief and greed. Come home, Alex. We bury him together. Home was a mausoleum now. Ethan lay and stayed at the funeral parlor. Waxy and wrong. Sarah by the casket in black Chanel. Eyes hollow. She cornered me in the viewing room. Whisper hiss. You monster. That was our child. Our? The word twisted like a knife. Yours and his. Sarah. You chose the liar. She slapped me. Hard. The crack echoing like my shot.
Isho survival.
You were gone. He promised to fix it.
Fix it?
He'd built an empire on my ruin, Hale 2.0. Rebranded as ethical investing, raking fees from the same suckers he'd fleeced. Grandpa died that night, slipping away mid-vigil. His last breath a sigh of satisfaction. Well, reading was a circus, the firm to Ethan, now void. The estate to Mom. Trinkets to cousins.
Me?
The diamonds. Formalized. Plus a codicil. To Alexander. For bearing the Hale sin. Use it to cleanse or condemn. $92 million wired to an offshore account. Untouchable. Lawyers swarmed, IRS audits. Probate fights, but I vanished to a Jersey motel. Burner phone buzzing with threats. Ethan's cartel pals? They didn't forget ledgers. First move. Hire a fixer. Mickey Ruiz. Ex-mob from the Bronx. The kind of guy who makes problems evaporate for a retainer. Diamonds.
Ha. Lauder em que é. Boss.
But the Colombianos? They want to meet. I met them in a Queens warehouse. Snow drifting through broken windows like confetti for the damned. Their capo.
Javier.
Chain-smoked Cubans. Gold teeth flashing. Your brother owed us 20 mil. You settle. We forget. Forget? I slid a briefcase. 10 mil in rough stones. Half now. Rest when I say. He laughed. But took it. Trust was a sucker's game. But revenge? That was currency. Sarah called from a block number. Alex.
Please.
I need money. The press. They're hounding me. Hounding? She was the widow saint on every talk show. Tearful monologues about healing as a family.
I Wyatt her 50K.
Anonymous. For the therapy, I texted. Tell them the truth someday. Her reply, fuck you. You're the killer. Winter deepened. The city a gray grind. I rented a loft in Soho. Anonymous cash. Fake ID, Jack Harlan. Importer of exotic goods. Days blurred, gym to sweat the rage. Nights plotting. Ethan's flip-flops replayed in my head. The brother who'd taught me to ride a bike. Now the snake who'd coiled around my life. But Grandpa? His secret was the real blade. He'd known about the laundering. Confronted Ethan. Got the accident threat. So he framed the frame, leaked just enough to pin me, saving the firm by sacrificing the son. Blood betrays, his note said. Mine had. Twice over. One night, buzzed on rye, I drove to the estate. Mom was alone, wine glass trembling.
Why?
Alex, he was your blood. I showed her the DVD. Her face crumpled. I knew. Suspected. But family. Family. The words soured everything. You let me rot.
Ma.
For this, she sobbed. Confessed. Ethan's affairs. The bribes to keep quiet. Her silence for the lifestyle. Forgive me. I walked out, the door slamming like a gavel. By spring, the cartel pressed. Javier's goons tailed me. A black SUV with jersey plates. I lost them in traffic, but knew time to flip the script. Mickey's source C4, quiet, untraceable. Target? Hale Investments, server farm in Stanford. Blow it. And Ethan's digital ghosts, ledgers. Emails vanish with the evidence that could drag Mom down too. Controversial? Hell yes. Clients ruined again. Innocence hurt. But revenge isn't clean. It's a chainsaw and a china shop. The blast lit the night like false dawn. Sirens my lullaby. News screamed eco-terror at hedge fund, but whispers pointed cartel retaliation. I watched from a bar. Diamonds safe. Heart heavier. Sarah texted. Was that you? God. Alex. Stop. Stop. The game had just begun. Spring thaw brought the vultures, reporters staking out my loft. Their flashes like paparazzi lightning in the rain-slick streets. One night, a skinny kid from the post cornered me outside a deli. Mike thrust like a shiv. Mister.
Hale.
Was the Stanford blast your revenge for the frame job? Fans online say you're a hero. What do you say?
Hero?
I shoved past, muttering, tell your readers to fuck off. But the forums buzzed, subreddits deifying me as the Diamond Avenger, incels cheering the beta cuck takedown, while feminist pods dissected Sarah's complicity in patriarchal betrayal. Polarized, just like America, red versus
Blue.
blood versus
Ink.
Mickey called from a scrambler. Colombianos are flipping.
Jefe.
Javier thinks you stiffed him full. Sending muscle. Muscle arrived that week, a pair of tatted enforcers in a Crown Vic, boxing me in on the FDR. I floored it, weaving through taxis, the chase a blur of horns and heart-pounding adrenaline. Ditched them at the Brooklyn Bridge, tires screeching into Chinatown alleys where even ghosts get lost. Back at the loft, I barricaded, Glock under pillow, dreaming of Ethan's slack face. Grandpa's codicil nod, cleanse or condemn. I chose hybrid, hard hacker, Lena Voss, ghost in the machine from some Eastern Bloc hack collective. 92 mil buys discretion, I said over Tor. Dig up hail dirt. Everything. She delivered in drips. Ethan's offshore slush funds in the Caymans. Mom's pill habit funded by consulting fees from the cartel. Sarah's abortion pre-Ethan mine. Hushed up to protect my career. The twist? Grandpa's war chest. The diamonds, sourced from blood mines in Sierra Leone. Hale Investments' dirty secret since the 90s. We'd funded rebels. Child soldiers. The works. My sacrifice was just another ledger entry. Confronted Mom over brunch at the estate. The table set like nothing exploded. The diamonds.
Ma.
Grandpa's guilt money from African hellholes. She blanched. Fork clattering. He built this for us.
Alex.
Empires aren't pretty. Pretty? I slammed the printouts down. Photos of limbless kids. Hale logos on crates. I bore your sins.
And now?
I'm drowning in them. She reached for me. Tears smudging Chanel. Then end it. Walk away.
Walk.
With 92 mil whispering temptations. Yachts in Miami. A new life in Vancouver. But revenge is a dog that bites its master. Sarah showed up unannounced. Rain-soaked.
No muck-up.
Looking like the girl I'd proposed to on a vineyard cliff. Alex. I lied on the shows. It wasn't just survival. I loved him. After you. The admission landed like a gut punch. The baby? She nodded. Voice breaking.
Ethan's.
But I kept your ring. Pawned it for lawyer fees. Pawned us. I pulled her close. The kiss tasting of salt and betrayal. Bodies crashing onto the couch in a frenzy of what-ifs. Morning came with regret. She left at dawn. Whispering, "Don't become him." The cartel flipped hard. Javier's call came encrypted. "Hale. You blow our data too? Meet or your puta dies."
Puta, Sarah.
I raced to her. Tribeca walk up. Found it tossed. Her gone. Trail led to a meatpacking warehouse. The kind where hooks dangle like promises. Inside. Javier lounged on crates. Sarah zip-tied to a chair.
Gagged.
Eyes wild. Settle the debt. Or she joins your brother. Debt? Ethan's 20 mil. Balloon to 30, with interest. I tossed the case, another 10 in stones. He checked. Nodded.
Good.
But trust? That's earned. Untying her. Hands shaking. I felt the flip. Pity for the monster I'd made her. Run.
Sarah.
To your folks in Boston. Disappear. She clung.
Sobbing.
Come with me.
Come?
The diamonds chained me heavier than cuffs. I pushed her out. Watched her cab fade into neon. Lena's next drop a recording. Ethan's voice to Grandpa pre-frame. Dad. Alex is clean. Let him take the heat. I'll rebuild bigger. Grandpa's reply. Do it. Blood for blood. The old man orchestrated it. Not just knew,
But pushed.
to toughen me, test loyalty. The revelation cracked me. I drove to the cemetery. Ethan's plot fresh dug beside Grandpa's empty slot. Pissed on the dirt. Screaming, "You fucks planned this?" A summer heat baked the city. My plan simmering. Controversial call. Leaked to the Times. Partial files. Enough to tank Hale stock without full cartel exposure. Mom called hysterical. Shares plummeting.
Qui en suit?
Good. Let the empire bleed. But the flip came swift. Feds raided the estate. Mom in cuffs for accessory. Alex, her voicemail wailed. You did this.
Did I?
The line blurred. Was I cleansing or condemning? Javier's crew hit next. A drive-by on my SUV in Midtown. Bullets pinging like hail. I swerved, crashed into a hydrant. Water geysering biblical. Crawled out. Ribs cracked. Tasting copper. Mickey patched me in his garage clinic. Time to end it.
Boss.
C4 for the Capo safe house. End it? The decision hung. Dark and tempting. Bomb the Colombianos' Bronx stash. Wipe the dead in fire. Innocents?
Wives.
Mules. Maybe kids. But Ethan killed 3 indirect. Why not balance the scales? I greenlit it. The blast rocked at 3 a.m. News calling it narco war escalation. Javier survived. Burned bad. But called truce. We're square.
Hail.
But your family's poison. Poison.
Yeah.
Autumn leaves fell like alibis. Sarah back in touch, new life in Philly. Teaching yoga. Healing. Miss you, she texted. Miss? The word mocked. I flew to the Caymans. Laundered 20 mil into crypto. Clean as confession.
Back stateside.
Mom's trial loomed. Perjury.
Fraud.
I testified. Truth serum style. She knew. We all did. Jury split. Hung, retrial pending. Her eyes from the stand. Betrayal's mirror. Then the twist. Lena unearthed a will addendum. Dated post-DVD. Grandpa to me. If you kill Ethan, the diamonds revert to charity. Anti-slavery fund. Cleanse.
So.
Kill? I'd done it. The fortune, poof. Rage boiled. He'd rigged the game. Made my vengeance the noose. Winter crept again. Christmas lights mocking from windows. I stood outside Sarah's sister's place in Philly. Snow falling soft. She opened the door. Belly round again. Hers? Some new guys? Alex? What? I handed her an envelope. 5 mil. Untainted. For the kid. Start over. She took it. Tears freezing on cheeks. Why?
Why?
Because no one wins clean. Back in the city. Javier's final play. A mole in Mickey's crew. Leading to my loft. Ambush at midnight. Knives out. Blood on the hardwood. I fought dirty. Broke a neck. Gutted the other. Panting over bodies. I laughed.
Mel.
The hail sin? It bred monsters. Thanksgiving rot lingered in the air. Turkey carcass stench from dumpsters as I cleaned the loft. Bleach burning my nostrils. Bodies wrapped in tarps and dumped in the Hudson under moonless sky. Mickey took the heat. His garage a crime scene by dawn. But he lawyered up quick. Self-defense? Coppers. Hail scum attacked first. The papers ate it. Avengers body count rises. Narco ties exposed. Exposed? Only the tip. Lena scrubbed deeper. But whispers spread. Feds circling. Cartel remnants howling for my head. Mom's retrial hit in December. Manhattan courthouse, a zoo of suits and sobs. I sat in back. Incognito in a fedora and overcoat. Watching her shuffle in orange. Hair limp. The Botox sagging like her empire. DA painted her as Lady Macbeth. Knew of fraud. Silent son for Birkins and Bentleys. Defense flipped it. Grieving widow. Coerced by son's rivalry. My testimony? Subpoenaed. Dragged to the stand under oath. Mrs. Hale knew the laundering, I said. Voice echoing. Chose silence for the lifestyle. Gasps rippled. Mom's eyes locked mine, pleading don't. But I did, every email, every hush money wire. Jury deliberated 3 days. Verdict, guilty. 15 to 20 on racketeering. She collapsed, wailing Alex, my boy, as marshals hauled her. Outside, protesters clashed, Free Eleanor signs versus Justice for Victims chants.
Me?
I slipped into the subway. Anonymous. The weight of her fall, like chains shed. Sarah called that night. Voice small. Saw the news. You destroyed her. Destroyed? She destroyed me first.
Sarah.
10 years for family honor. Silence stretched. Then, I kept the money. Bought a house.
But
I can't stop thinking. Thinking? Of the couch. The rain. The ghost of us. Don't, I warned. I'm poison. She hung up. But the pull tugged. Controversial. Yeah. Loving the enemy who'd birthed my nightmare. Lena's final hack. Grandpa's black book. Scanned from a safety deposit box. Names senators.
CEOs.
Cartel kings. All hail puppets. One entry chilled. Yh. Frame A. For loyalty test. If fails. Diamonds to SH. SH Sarah Hale?
No. Sarah me?
Wait. The proposal ring. Engraved to SH. Forever. Grandpa'd earmarked the stones for her. Post-betrayal. The old prick played us all. Ethan to build.
Me to break.
Sarah as the prize for enduring. Rage flipped to ice. I wired Lena double. Find the box. Destroy it. New Year's Eve. Times Square glittered like fool's gold. Crowds surging as I ghosted through. Burner buzzing with Javier's trucebreaker. Debt's back. Gringo. Mom's conviction? Our leverage gone.
40,000.
Or Philly Burns. Philly Sarah. I met his lieutenant in a Hell's Kitchen dive. Smoke-hazed. Jukebox crooning Sinatra irony. Truce meant shit. The guy. Scarred cheek like a zipper.
Grinned.
Business. I slid fakes, glass and velvet.
He bit.
Literally. Spitting shards. Knife fight ensued. Barstool cracking over his skull. My slash opening his throat in a gurgle. Bouncer looked away, Mickey's reach. Fled to the vineyard. Off-season ghost town. Waves crashing like accusations. Rented a shack. Walked the cliffs where I'd proposed. Wind whipping memories. Ethan's voice echoed. Family first.
Bro.
First? He'd flipped for power. Sarah for security. Mom for status.
Me?
For what? Justice? The diamonds mocked from the floor safe. Uncut edges cutting my palm when I gripped them. Sold a handful to a Boston fence. 5 mil clean. Bought a boat. Sailed aimless.
Rumbuning dåpts.
Controversial drift. What if I walked? Let the Hales rot in their graves. Start fresh in Belize with a senorita and silence. But blood calls. Back in February. Mom's appeal hearing. I attended. This time front row. Her face lighting fraudulent. Alex. Help me. Post-trial. Conjugal-style visit in Rikers. Plexiglass between. Why testify, she begged. For truth.
Ma.
Yours. Ethan's. Grandpa's. She leaned close. Whisper venom. Truth. Your father's not Hale. Grandpa's bastard. Mine with the gardener. He framed you to hide that shame.
Boom.
The flip, my whole life a lie. Veins not blue blood, but blue collar. Ethan knew. She nodded. Tears crocodile. Told him to protect you. But he used it.
Used.
Like a loaded gun. Rage supernova. Stormed out. Drove blind to Sarah's Philly suburb, quaint colonial. Swing set half-built. She answered in yoga pants. Hair ponytailed. No bump this time. Alex? How? I pushed in, slamming the door. Grandpa's will. The diamonds, yours if I failed the test. Her face strained.
What? No.
Lies crumbled, she confessed. Ethan's leaked to her. The if Alex breaks, you're set pillow talk. I stayed for the security. For us. After. Us, the slap echoed. Her cheek blooming red. You profited on my cage. She crumpled. Sobbing truth. The miscarriage was mine. Early, Ethan's seed never took. I lied to hurt you. Hurt. We tore into each other. Words weapons. Then bodies, fury sex on the kitchen floor. Nails raking. Bites bruising. Dawn found us spent. Her head on my chest. Run with me, she murmured. The money. A life.
Tentation sans.
Controversial chorus. Redeem the betrayal in shared sin? But Javier's shadow loomed. His warlord flipped stateside. DEA raids scattering his crew. Fingers pointing Haleward. March Madness. Feds knocked at dawn. Warrant for conspiracy in narco blast. I bolted out back. Uber to Penn Station. Train to nowhere, Chicago. Reinvent as consultant. But Mom's lawyer called. Appeal granted. New evidence. My testimony recanted under duress? Bullshit flip by her team. She walked. Free on technicality. First call to me. Come home.
Sans.
Rebuild. Rebuild? Over her dead lawyer's body. Lena vanished, hacked too deep. Found floating in the East River. Laptop fried. Her last file. Coordinates to a Hale bunker in the Adirondacks. Grandpa's doomsday stash gold. Guns. The real black book. I drove north. Snow squalls blinding. Arriving at dusk to a concrete maw in the pines. Inside, vaults. M4S racked like ribs. Ledgers detailing every sin, child soldiers funded. Politicians bought. Ethan's cartel intro via Grandpa's old smuggling runs. A tape. Grandpa's confession. I made the monsters. Alex. You're the blade. Cut deep.
Cut.
I rigged C4. Timers ticking. But the flip, Sarah's text, Javier knows the Philly house. Hiding. Help. Dilemma, blow the past. Or save the future. I chose her. Racing south. Bunker untouched. Found her in a motel, off I-95. Shivering. He wants the diamonds.
All.
We drove west. My Glock her guardian. Hearts pounding tandem.
Spring equinox.
We hit New Orleans, big, easy anonymity. Jazz masking paranoia. Laundered more stones. Bought a Creole shotgun house. Nights blurred in bourbon and bodies. Her whispers forgive against my scars. But trust? A fragile truce. Controversial idol. Build on ruins. Or burn it brighter. Javier's endgame arrived Easter Sunday. Goons kicking in the door. Crucifixes mocking. Gunfire stitched the walls. Me dropping two. Sarah grabbing a shotgun from the stash. Her blast took the third. Face pulped. Holy shit, she gasped. Shells smoking. We stood amid smoke.
Alive.
The flip complete, she a killer too. Easter blood pooled sticky on the cypress floors. The air thick with cordite and crawfish boil from the neighbor's pot. Sarah dropped the shotgun, hands trembling, gore flecking her sundress like unholy polka dots.
I
killed him, Alex. Her eyes,
wild.
mirrored mine, the abyss staring back. No winners in this funhouse. I pulled her close, gun still hot in my waistband. We did. Welcome to the family business. Sirens wailed distant. New Orleans' finest en route. We torched the place, gasoline from the shed, flames leaping like Pentecostal fire, and vanished into the bayou night. Her hand in mine, diamonds rattling in the go bag. Flight to Houston. Cash for a private strip. Then a prop plane to the Keys, Florida's underbelly, where snowbirds and smugglers blur. Rented a conch shack on stilts over turquoise, waves lapping like lies. Days idled in hammocks, her head on my lap, reading Vonnegut aloud while I scanned horizons for black SUVs. This could be us, she murmured one sunset, fingers tracing my tattoos. No hails, no debts.
Just.
Redemption.
Redemption?
The word soured like key lime gone bad. I'd wired the bunker remotely that week, sat phone trigger. Adirondacks erupting in a mushroom cloud of secrets. News called it environmental terror, feds scrambling. Mom's face on TV. My son's missing. Please. Help. Help. She'd flipped her way to freedom, now choke on it. But Javier? The bastard slithered south. His network a hydra, DEA clippings in my feed showed raids. But whispers on dark web forums, Colombiano ghost hunting diamond dog. We flipped low. Sarah dyed her hair black. I grew a beard like Hemingway's ghost. She waitressed at a dive. Conch fritters and coeds. I fenced stones to yacht brokers. 10 mil clean by May. Nights. We fucked like apocalyptics, raw. Reclaiming what Ethan stole. Controversial bliss. Build a nest in the wreckage. Or was it just delaying the boom? Mom's private eye found us mid-June. A lanky gumshoe named Harlan. Irony's joke, knocking with a manila envelope. Mrs.
Hale sends regards.
Wants a meet. Family summit. Inside, photos us on the porch. Sarah's laugh frozen mid-frame. Stalker shit. Sarah paled. She'll expose us. Expose? Mom's play. Leverage for the remaining diamonds. Rebuild a firm on my bones. I paid Harlan off. $100K to vanish. But the seed planted. Flips everywhere. Trust a mirage. Lena's ghost lingered. A thumb drive in my pack. Her final gift before the river. Played it on a burner laptop. Encrypted audio. Grandpa to Ethan. 2011. Son. The laundering's hot. Alex is sniffing. Frame him. I'll back the plea. Test his loyalty. Ethan's chuckle. And if he breaks? Grandpa. Then Sarah gets the stones. Keeps the bloodline pure.
Pure?
I'd been the pawn. Sarah the carrot. Ethan the stick. Rage flipped to nausea. I smashed the drive. Shards like my shattered myth. Sarah confessed over conch chowder that week. Ethan proposed with your ring. Said it was tradition. I knew. Alex. Wore it anyway. The slap was light. More punctuation than punch. Why tell now? She shrugged. Tears and gumbo. No more lies. Where in this? In this? The miscarriage replayed. Hers.
Mean it.
A ghost baby, Ethan claimed. Would you have kept it? With me inside. Her nod broke me. Yes. Named him after you. We cried then. Salt mingling. The flip to fragile love. Javier struck July 4th. Fireworks masking the RPG that vaporized the shack next door. We dove into mangroves. AK chattering from the boat, his crew, 6 strong. Accents thick as humidity. I picked 2 off the rail. Sarah sniping with the .22 from cover. Her shots, precise. Yoga calm turned lethal. For the baby, she gritted, dropping a third. Melee closed, knives flashing, blood hot in the shallows. I gutted the leader. His gurgle, poor Ethan, bubbling final.
Javier escaped.
Speedboat wake churning our world. Feds swarmed post-blast. Keys a circus of choppers and checkpoints. We stole a Boston whaler. Motored to Cuba, Havana's heat a bomb.
Room ship.
IDs forged by Mickey's contacts. He'd flip state's witness. Ratting cartel for immunity. Hidden vedado. A crumbling casa with ceiling fans lazy as regret. Sarah bloomed, gained curves, laughed at salsa clubs, her black hair swaying. New start, she said. Belly not round, but hopeful. Hope. I nodded. But nightmares flipped. Ethan's face exploding. Mom's wail. Grandpa's rasp. August leaked Mom's manifesto. Op-ed in the journal. My son the monster. How parole bred a killer. Monster? She detailed the frame. Her role minimized. Me the devil. Stocks ticked up. Hail 3.0. Phoenix from fraud. Controversial urge. End her. Hired a Havana fixer. $50K for a car accident.
Greenlit.
Then aborted. The hitman called back. Target flipped. Armed guard.
Mom.
Paranoid. Bunker bound in Greenwich. Sarah found out. Confrontation volcanic. You're no better than him. Him, Ethan. The fight ended in silence. Her packing a bag. Choose.
Alex.
Revenge or us. Choice hung like humidity. I chose her. Burned the fixer's number. But Javier? His flip to legend, bounty posted on X. 5 mil for Diamond Dog's head. We moved to Santiago. Mountains cloaking. Her teaching English to kids. Me consulting crypto for expats. September rains wash sins. Or so we prayed. Then the test. Ultrasound, positive.
Ours.
Joy cracked the ice, I knelt. Ringless proposal. Marry me. Here. Now. She said yes. Tears tropical. But flips don't cease. October. A package. FedEx ghost. No return. Inside. Sarah's old ring. Resized. Note in Mom's script. Blood calls. Come home. Or the world knows your sins. Sins? The bunker blast. The bodies. The laundering I'd touched. Exposure meant extradition. Life in Supermax. Sarah saw.
Paled.
She's bluffing. Bluff. Mom's play. Draw me out. Reclaim the stones for Hail Resurrection. We ignored. Wedding small beach at dawn. Justice of peace with a hangover. But Javier's shadow eclipsed. Raid on the casa. Dawn dynamic entry. I woke to boots. Sarah screaming. Zip ties biting.
Javier.
Bandaged face leering. Hola.
Puta.
Debts eternal. He waterboarded me in the tub. Rum burning lungs. Demanding the vault codes, Grandpa's last secret. 50 mil in Panama. I cracked. Coordinates spilling. Good boy, he sneered. Pistol whipping dark.
Woke chained in a van.
Sarah slumped beside.
Gagged.
Destination. Miami drop. Handoff to feds? No, Javier's flip. Ransom to mom for 20 mil. She paid. Wired blind. Van dumping us in the glades. Alligators eyeing breakfast. We crawled out. Alive. But scarred. Her bruises blooming. My ribs cracked again. Back in hiding, Bahamas now. Nassau condos with ocean views. Mom's silence post-ransom spoke volumes. Complicity. Controversial revelation. She'd funded the hit. Her monster, son too dangerous alive. Sarah swelled. Our secret kicking. I fenced the last diamonds. 27 mil left. Enough for forever or fallout. November elections raged stateside. Hails and headlines. Mom testifying to Congress on corporate betrayal, positioning as whistleblower. Lies layered thick. I watched from a beach bar. Pina colada sweating. Plotting the endgame. Flip final. Leak it all, Black Book to WikiLeaks. Bunker vids to 60 Minutes. Cleanse the Hale name in acid bath. But Sarah's water broke early. December chill in tropics. Labor in a clinic.
No epidural.
Her screams echoing Ethan's last. Baby boy. Blue eyes mine. Named Elias, not Hale. But free. Holding him. The world flipped soft. Revenge? Fading like footprints in sand. Elias's cry pierced the humid clinic air like a siren's wail. Tiny fists flailing against the sterile white as Sarah collapsed back. Sweat slick and spent. Her smile cracking through the pain. He's perfect, she whispered, nuzzling his downy head, while the doc, a grizzled Bahamian with rum breath, clipped the cord and muttered. Strong lungs.
Mama.
Hale blood.
Hale.
The name soured even here. In this island ER with peeling paint and ceiling fans whirring like accusations. I held him close, his weight a anchor against the storm, thinking, this is the flip, life from death. But how long before the tide drags us under? We named the clinic stay honeymoon, but it was lockdown, blinds drawn, burner for takeout, Mickey's fixer smuggling formula and diapers. News filtered in. Mom's congressional glow-up. Her tearful soundbites on reforming finance for the forgotten. Polls loving the widowed warrior. Bullshit gilded. She'd ransomed us to Javier. Her rescue. A PR pivot. I leaked a teaser. Anonymous drop to ProPublica. One ledger page.
Ale cartel wire.
Stock dipped 5%. Her face on CNBC paling. Smear campaign, she decried. Smear? Truth's the sharpest blade. Sarah healed slow. C-section scar zipper on her belly. Nightmares jerking her awake. They're coming for him. For Elias? The fear bonded us tighter. Nights rocking the bassinet. Her nursing in moonlight. My Glock bedside. Controversial domestic. Fatherhood in the foxhole. Lullabies laced with paranoia. We sailed when she could walk, rented a catamaran, provisioning Nassau to Abacos. Turquoise trails hiding us. Elias coo to dolphins. Sarah's laugh free for the first time since the vineyard. This is redemption, she said, salt spray beating her lashes.
Redemption?
I nodded. But the black book burned in my pack. Unfinished business. January thawed the ice. Javier's remnants flipped informant. DA presser outing, Hale family narco enablers. Mom's testimony derailed. Subpoenas flying. She called a neutral line lawyer vetted. Alex. Enough. Meet in Zurich. Neutral ground. End this. End? Her voice cracked. Not steel but straw. Zurich, banks, chocolate, secrets. I countered. Panama. My terms. She agreed. The hook set. Panama City pulsed February heat. High-rise anonymity, where expats vanish. We left Elias with a vetted nanny, ex-CIA. 100K retainer, Sarah and I in a suite overlooking the canal. Ships gliding like oblivious giants. Mom arrived private jet, flanked by suits. Her face a Botox fortress cracking at edges. Dinner at the hotel.
Cristal claquing tension. Son.
Grandson. Her eyes pleaded. Sarah stiff-armed. Business first. I slid the black book across damask. Digital key. Full decrypt. All yours. In exchange, walk away.
No feds. No flips.
She scanned pages, paling at the child soldier photos. Ethan's signature's glaring.
This.
Destroys us. Us. Destroyed me first.
Ma.
Her confession spilled like cheap wine. Grandpa forced at the frame. Said you'd rise stronger. I believed.
Believed?
The flip, her victim too? Or just another layer? Sarah softened. Elias needs a grandma. Mom nodded. Tears real. Wiring the decrypt codes to oblivion. Truce?
Tentative.
Like peace in a blood feud. But Javier's ghost flipped it. That night. Suite breached, silence shots popping drapes. Mom diving behind the bar. Sarah screaming for cover. I returned fire. Dropping one intruder. His tattoo screaming Sinaloa. Javier's flipped to Mexican rivals. Chaos. Canal views shattered. Blood on Berber. Mom clutched a shard, slashing the second goon's throat in a spray. Her hiss, not my boy. Savage. We barricaded. Feds, Panamanian. Corrupt, arriving late. Cleanup bought with a briefcase. Aftermath, Mom bandaged. Chain-smoking merits like old times. I funded Javier to scare you home. Not kill. Scare? You almost birthed a war. Her laugh bitter. Hail women are survivors. Sarah eyed her wary. But the bond sparked, Grandma holding Elias via video. Cooing my little sailor. Controversial thaw. Forgive the poisoner? I did. Halfway. Wiring her $5 million for therapy. Spring sailed us to Bermuda. Elias teething on mangoes. Sarah sketching horizons. Leaks escalated. ProPublica full drop.
Hale skandal erupting. Lash suits to tsunami.
Mom grilled by Senate. Her flip to cooperating witness, saving skin but shredding legacy. It's over, she texted. Over? The book was ash. But echoes lingered. Twist hit May. DNA test. Anonymous Elias's. Mom's gift. For peace. Results. 99.8% mine. But a footnote. Ethan's sample matched Grandpa's. Incest whisper? No, Grandpa's bastard claim flipped. Mom's gardener lover? Bullshit cover. Ethan was his son. Full blood. The frame? Not just test, but cover for inbreeding stain. Rage recycled, I called her. Voice steel. The truth.
Ma. All.
Her sob, Gramp. Assaulted me. Ethan result. Framed you to bury it. Buried in me. Sarah held me through the breakdown. Elias oblivious. Does it change us?
No.
But the flip deepened. Hail rot generational. My blood tainted too? Controversial choice. Confront or cut. I chose cut. Sailing north. Bermuda to Carolinas. Ghosting U.S. Waters under false flags. June storms battered. Lightning cracking like gunshots. Elias wailing in the cabin. We limped to Charleston. repairs eating stones, 20 mil left. Mom's trial loomed. Her plea deal, 5 years probation. Asset freeze. She wrote, "Proud of you.
Son.
Raise him better." Better? The letter enclosed a locket, Grandpa's. With a photo, young mom. Him. Predatory gleam. Javier's end, beheaded in a Medellin ditch.
Karte war casualty.
His flip closed. But bounty lingered, amateur hunters sniffing our wake. One boarded in the abacos. Knife in the dark, Sarah clocked him with a winch handle. Me dumping overboard. Pirates now, she joked, but eyes haunted. Summer peaked. Elias crawling decks. Sarah pregnant again, girl. We hoped. Idle cracked August, fed chopper over the atoll. Bullhorn. Alexander Hale. Surrender for questioning. Surrender? The bunker blast. Leaks traced via Lena's ghost IP. We scuttled the cat. Dinghy to K. Bushwhacking to a smuggler's cove. Stowed away on a freighter to Belize. Hearts hammering. Belize jungle swallowed us. Cabanas in K. Cocker. Elias chasing iguanas. Mom's sentence. Community service. Her op-eds now mea culpas. I was wrong, she penned. Wrong? Too late. Sarah birthed the girl in a hammock clinic, naming her Lena for the hacker ghost. Twins in arms. The flip to fragile piece. But autumn winds whispered end. Anonymous wire. 5 mil from Hale Trust. Mom's last play? Or trap? I banked it.
Wary.
Controversial acceptance. Tainted grace. Belize rains hammered the tin roof like machine gun judgment, turning the K paths to mudslides as Elias splashed puddles, his sister Lena gurgling from Sarah's sling. We'd carved a nook here, split-level cabana on stilts, solar panels humming, conch shells for doorstops, but peace was a thin veil over the boil. Mom's wire sat untouched, a digital serpent in the Kyo account, while dark web scans showed Hale scavengers, bounty hunters posting cords from our freighter hop. They're closing, I told Sarah over conch ceviche, her eyes distant as the reef. We move again? She shook her head.
Fierce. No.
This is home. Fight for it. Fight? Motherhood had flipped her soft edges to steel, the winch-handle widow now cradled an Uzi under the crib. October's full moon brought the wolves, 3 shadows beaching a zodiac at high tide, whispers in Spanish cutting the cicadas. I woke to the creak. Glock in fist. Sarah already prone by the window. Scope glinting. Javier stragglers, she breathed. First shot cracked, hers. Headshot, clean through the mosquito net. The other sprayed wild. Bullets chewing pilings. Elias's wail piercing. I flanked, dropping the second with double tap. The third diving for cover behind palms. Melee. He lunged. Machete whistling. I parried with the stock. Drove knee to groin. Finished with a throat punch gurgling wet. Bodies dragged to the mangroves. Gator's midnight snack. Sarah rocked the kids. Blood on her tank top. How many more? How many? The Hale curse. Endless. Mom's next missive arrived snail mail. Postmarked Greenwich. A DVD. No label. Played on the Jenny laptop. Static clearing to her face. Haggard.
No mock-up.
Prison shadows under eyes despite the plea. Alex. The whole truth. Watch alone. Alone? Sarah nodded. Taking the babes to the beach. Footage rolled. 1985. Shaky cam. Teen mom in the estate pool house. Grandpa's silhouette looming. Her pleas muffled. Assault. Cut to 95. Pregnancy test positive.
Her sobs.
Ethan, she narrated off-screen.
His.
I hid it, but he knew. The frame? To break you before you learned. To keep the bloodlines, shame buried. Buried in me? No, the gardener lie was mercy. I was clean. Adopted post-scandal to legitimize. Grandpa's bastard was Ethan alone. Flip. I was the outsider. The hail they'd grafted in. Why tell now? Her voice cracked. Because you're free. I'm not. And me.
Son.
Cleanse it. The gun called from the drawer. Barrel cold as betrayal. Sarah found me staring at waves. DVD smoldering in the sand. Grandpa. I nodded. Spilling the rot. Her horror mirrored. That monster birthed this? This us. The kids. The flight. Controversial mercy. And mom? Or let karma's court grind. I chose grind. Leaking the tape to TMZ, blurred for taste. But damning. Headline Inferno. Hail Patriarch's Dark Legacy. Incest. Fraud. Frame. Mom's world imploded. Arrest warrant for perjury. Assets seized. Her flip to suicide watch in Bellevue. November elections buried it under Trump 2.0 noise. But Hale's trended toxic boycotts. Divestments. The firm a husk. Sarah and I celebrated Thanksgiving conch style. Bonfire on the beach. Kids roasting marshmallows. To new blood, she toasted. Belly hinting round again, no. False alarm. But hope's ghost. Elias asked his first word. Boom. From the gunshots? We laughed uneasy. Teaching wave instead. December crept. Christmas carols drifting from tourist bars like taunts. Elias too now. Lena crawling. Their innocence a shield cracking under strain. Bounty flipped amateur, a redneck diver from Florida. Scuba tank for cover. Harpoon gun loaded. He surfaced at dusk. Spear gun leveled. Sarah's Uzi chattered. Bubbles and blood-blooming coral. Yankee scum, she spat. Bahamian lilt adopted. I hauled him ashore. Interrogating zip-tied. Who sent? Your ma. Said 2 mil for the kids' heads. Her final flip. Destroy the branch to save the tree? I drowned him slow in the shallows. Bubbles his last plea. New Year's. We sailed south, Roten. Honduras. Volcanic isles cloaked in mist. Cabana cluster.
Eco-commune vibe.
Neighbors expats with scars. Elias chased howler monkeys. Lena teethed on coral. Sarah bloomed maternal, bartering herbs for fish. Her yoga classes drawing widows like us. Idle held till February frost, stateside news. Mom's trial. The tape admitted. Her testimony unraveling. I protected my sons, she wailed on stand. Protected? The DA flipped it. Sacrificed one for the other sin. Verdict loomed.
Whom do thee witspy?
Controversial pull. Testify? I flew commercial, fake beard. Economy squeeze, to a safe house in Atlanta. Subpoena dodged but conscience clawing. Met her lawyer in a Waffle House. Grease heavy. She wants you on the stand. Mercy. Mercy? I prepped. But the night before, Sarah called. Intruders. Elias missing. Heart stop. Race back. Chopper chartered. Landing to carnage. Cabanas torched. Sarah bandaged. Lena safe but Elias.
Gone.
They took him, she sobbed. Said hail dad on the boat.
Debt?
Mom's play. Or Javier's echo. Rage supernova. Tracked via Mickey's network. Flipped fed now. Owing me. Boat to Yucatan. Cartel drop. I stormed it solo. AK hot. Dropping guards in red mist. Found Elias in a hut. Crying for data. His captor a hail-hired merc with mom's check stub. She paid $1 million. For the boy. To draw you. Draw me to death. I zip-tied him. Sailed back with Elias asleep on my chest. Merc's body chum for sharks. Confronted mom via video from a Yucatan cantina. Her cell feed grainy. You took my son? Her denial crumbled. To save him from you. The monster. Monster? The flip complete. Her delusion.
Hale madness.
I leaked the merc's confession. Her trial collapsing. Guilty on all. 25 life. Her last words on feed. Forgive me.
Alex.
Blood betrays. Betrayed?
Yes.
Spring bloomed in Roten. Elias traumatized quiet. Therapy via beach walks. Sarah pregnant true. Boy again. Kicking fierce. We built walls. Literal and lit. Thorns and tripwires. Controversial fortress. Love in lockdown. Kids collateral in the war. June heat peaked. Bounty drying as mom rotted in Danbury. But the twist brewed. Grandpa's final safe. Alaska Lena's last chord. Gold bars and a letter. To Alex, if you reach here, you're worthy. The empire's yours, remake or raise. Worthy? After the blood, we flew north. Bush plain to tundra. Safe in permafrost. Bars stamped hail. Value 30 mil. Letter damning. Ethan was the flaw. You? The fix. Sarah's prize if you endured. Endured? The ring. The will, all bait. I raised it, dynamite from locals. Fireball lighting Aurora. Back south. Elias spoke full sentences. No more boom.
Dada.
Promise? The flip to vow. Aurora's ghost lingered in my eyes as the bush plane droned south. Gold dust in the hold. Remnant bars.
5,000 melted anonymous.
The rest cratered in Alaskan ice like buried sins. Elias slept against Sarah. Thumb in mouth. Lena fussing teething whimpers. The cabin humming a fragile hymn. We'd raised the root. But twilight verdicts don't come clean. Hail shadows stretched long. Mom's appeals grinding in appeals court. Her letters smuggled via lawyers. The children let me see them.
See?
To poison with whispers. Or genuine rot. Controversial clemency. Grandkids as balm for the damned. Road in July scorched. Hurricanes brewing offshore like grudges. Elias therapy bloomed, drawing boats. Not bangs. Sarah's yoga circle expanding to trauma flows. Her scar stories bonding expat moms. I fence the melt. Crypto clean. Buying the K outright. Deeded to Harlan Trust. Our alias armor.
Nights.
We walked bioluminescent bays. Waves glowing blue underfoot. Elias giggling. Magic water. Magic? Fleeting as fireflies. But we'd hoard it. Mom's appeal hearing leaked live. Court TV circus. Her in navy suit. Hair silvered authentic. My son framed himself for family. She lied smooth. Flipping victim card. DA countered with the tape. The Merc stub. My anonymous affidavits. Jury, blue-collar mix. Eyes hard, deliberated 2 days. Verdict, upheld. Life without. Her scream pixelated. Alex, you bastard.
Bastard.
The word echoed Grandpa's sin.
But mine?
Earned in blood. Fall winds whipped. Elias 3. Starting school. Commune kids under palms. Pregnant belly rounding Sarah's 3rd. We dreamed names. Maya for girl. Fierce like her. But Bounty flipped final. Last hunter. A ex-SEAL from Texas. Parachuted in at dawn. Halo dropped silent. Alerted by dogs, our new guardians. Roddies from the mainland. He breached the perimeter. Suppressed rifle barking. I dove behind a cistern. Returning fire. Sarah herding kids to bunker, our storm shelter. Stalked grim. Exchange ragged, palms shredding. Him advancing methodical. Hale sends regards, he yelled. Mom? Or ghosts? Flanked him via trail. Shot winged his pack, shoot cord spilling. He turned. Beast mode. Tackling me into sand. Fists flew. His knife grazing ribs. I headbutt. Stars bursting. Gouged eyes till he howled. Sarah's arrival, shotgun thunder, ended it. Buckshot blooming his chest. For my babies, she panted, barrel smoking. We buried him deep, tied through racing. But the cost, Elias glimpsed. Nightmares returning.
Bad man. Dada.
Gone. Bud. Forever. Winter solstice. Christmas redux, string lights on palms. Conch shells as ornaments. No tree but a bonfire. Gifts modest, shells for Lena. Boat carved for Elias. Sarah's water broke mid-carol. Silent night, ironic. Rush to clinic. Maya born screaming under stars. Her cry a cleanser. Holding her, Sarah whispered. No more running. No more? The flip to roots. But Twilight's verdict waited. January thawed secrets. Mom's suicide note. Smuggled pre-hanging. Bedsheet noose in Danbury. Body swaying like a pendulum. To Alex, you won. But blood wins too. Check the Cayman's vault. Forgive if you can. 1. The vault. Accessed via her codes. 10 mil in bonds. Plus a file, my adoption papers. 1980s, falsified. But a postscript. Grandpa's sperm donor for Ethan was a lab mix. Your real father? The gardener.
Yes.
But I loved him. You were my light. Light? The flip final. Love twisted into legacy's lie. Controversial inheritance. Keep the bonds? For the kids. Tainted taint. I donated half, anonymously to Sierra Leone Mines Victims Fund, cleanse partial. The rest? College for Maya. Elias's sailboat dreams. Years blurred. Elias captain at 10. Maya firebrand debating tides. Sarah's studio thrived. Flow from fury. Retreats for betrayed souls.
Me?
Consultant ghost. Advising narco widows on launders. 92 mil echo in offshore whispers. Bounties faded. Hails a cautionary in biz schools. The fall of an empire. One Christmas. Elias asked, Grandpa bad? Bad? I weighed truth's weight. Complicated.
Son.
Like storms pass. But scars stay. He nodded. Wise beyond waves. Twilight verdict. No happy neat. No tragedy pure. We lived gray, love laced with ghosts. Revenge a hollow win. Readers split. Hero? Monster? Blood betrays. But choice redeems. Or damns. You decide. The end?
Not yet.
Waves roll eternal. Hail or not.